Greetings everybody, this is Brian the Inspector. Another video in our series, Ask an Inspector. And this video's topic is called, What is Radon and Why Should I Test for it? Okay, one of the services we offer in addition to home inspections is we do radon testing. Radon is a colorless, tasteless, odorless gas that's radioactive. It is a naturally occurring element. It comes out of the ground, it's released by rocks. It's in the soil, it can be in water sometimes, it's in the ground. It's a naturally occurring thing that happens in nature. Now, of course, you don't know it's there unless you specifically test for it. It has no color, no odor, no taste. You can't see it, taste it, smell it, sense it. I don't care how good or intuitive you are, you need special equipment to know that it's there. Okay, radon gas can get trapped inside of a house or a structure and build up over time. You know, especially homes with crawl spaces or basements, something that doesn't get vented very often, something where the air can accumulate. If radon's in it, it can accumulate and get trapped inside the structure. Breathing in high levels of radon over time is harmful to people, to humans. Radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer in America, second to tobacco products. The EPA recommends mitigation if radon levels are over 4 picocuries per liter of air. We're starting to get a little scientific in it now, but the scale we measure on is picocuries per liter. It's I don't want to get into that right now, but the EPA says up to 4 of those picocuries is acceptable. Anything over than that, they recommend mitigation, a ventilation fan to be put in to help vent that out of the house. There is no immediate symptoms of radon exposure. It's not like carbon monoxide. You're not going to get, blurry vision, nausea, headache. You're not going to be able to tell if something is wrong the way other things will let you know. Like I said, radon, it just builds up in your system. It causes lung cancer. You don't know it's a problem until you test for it. People always ask me when I'm doing their inspections, and I always ask people, I was like, when I'm out there at the inspection, I said, okay, you need a termite inspection, we can do that. We'll check for wood destroying organisms. Do you need well samples? Do you need radon? Are you looking for mold samples? Whatever. Because, I'm an inspector, I'm certified for all that, and the more I do, the more I make. Okay, so I always ask them, do you need a radon test done? And people ask me, do I need a radon test? And I give them a basic answer. It's pretty simple. I tell everybody, knowing is better than not knowing. If you have the test done and it comes back clear, then you know you're clear. There's no worry, there's no issue. But if you have the test done and it comes back high with radon, now you're aware there's a problem, and now you have, a time or a means or method of correcting it. You can negotiate with the seller about how best to address that. So knowing is better than not knowing. That's what I always tell people. Some houses already have radon mitigation systems installed in them. You'll see typically there's a pipe going into the ground, or sometimes there's a sump or a pit dug with an airtight cover. There's piping, usually 4-inch PVC pipe. There's a fan that draws that air, creates a vacuum, sucks it out of the house, and that vent line will go up and vent over the roof line so it can't get sucked back into the attic. So that's very important, something to look for when you're doing inspections. Even with mitigation systems in place, I tell people, have a test done. Because even with that system in place, that test will do 2 things. It'll A, confirm that system is working and you'll have a low level of radon in the house, or B, you find out that system might not be working the way it's intended and you have a high level of radon and that system's not doing its job. So either way, knowing is better than not knowing. I say that a lot. All right. Active versus passive ventilation. Many areas are requiring passive radon vents to be installed or roughed into a house in new construction now. That basically consists of a pipe, like a piece of PVC 4-inch pipe that's installed underneath the basement slab or the ground slab, and any radon gas just naturally just kind of passively vents out with whatever action that it normally has. Active ventilation is when you actually have a fan. There's an electric vent fan there that runs 24/7. Its only job is to vent radon out of that house. And typically they'll have some type of line level, line gauge, or some device to let you know at a glance that it's working. Okay? Like I said, radon is a very, very nasty thing. A lot of people are unaware of it. A lot of people don't know what it is, the health concerns, the dangers it can cause. A lot of people don't test for it when they're doing home inspections. I always push it and recommend it because, like I say, knowing is better than not knowing. And that's true for a lot of things. That's true for, drinking water, sampling wells, doing mold testing. You don't know until you know. You don't know what you don't know. So I don't know how many times I can spin that or how many different ways I can say that, but we always recommend that radon gets tested. Knowing is better than not knowing. If you have a concern with a home that you're buying, have it tested for radon. Alrighty? Brian the Inspector signing off. You guys take care.